Hello guys, welcome to the live stream. We're about to have the season changing in about 10 seconds, I think, yeah, 10 seconds. And we should be good to get started. Hope you're all doing well. Okay, let's go to free roam. It's been a while since I've seen one of these season transitions. I've forgotten that at least on the consoles it takes quite a bit of time. Okay, so now we can see in detail what are the events that we're gonna do today. Let me just check something first because I might want to tackle the trial. Okay, A class. I think I have a pretty good tune set up for the Rebel TRX concept. Let me just check.
Updating your map for winter now. You might also want to think about an emergency mug of tea if things get cold.
Let me just turn streamer mode on because I don't want to get copyright strike. Okay. So let me check if I have the tune set up for a TRX in A class. I forgot the manufacturer of that car. Okay, Ram. Appropriately named for this game. Okay. No, I actually have for the 2500 Power Wagon instead. What about the Mercedes? Oh, for the Mercedes, I actually do have. I have a feeling that the Ram would be faster though. Let me see if I can find a good tune setup for it before. Okay. Winter seasonal. Oh, let's try this one. I'm gonna drive around for a bit before we join the trial. I think I might want to tackle that one first because that's the parts that I least enjoy about these season events. It's actually really solid. Really, really solid. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Let me just go back to the tune setup, so you guys can see what tune setup that I downloaded. I feel that I went too quickly. Okay, so the tune setup that I'm using is called Winter Signal by Fopuppy 127550. That's the tune setup that I'm using. In A class, of course. Excuse me. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Eight years. I know nothing about tune setup, so I had no idea of what kind of implications this has for cross country. I know that for cross country, you want to have shorter gears. Okay, we found people. Good. I rarely ever do these events as soon as they come out, so I had no idea whether we're gonna have trouble finding people. Actually, we can access other cars as well. I have. Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna go with the one that I got the tune for because I'm curious as to how it's gonna perform against other people online. I know that the Ford, the blue one that I just went through, I know that that one is a pretty solid one for the winter. I think the tune set up by Don Joon Song, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, only one person using the exact same card. All the other people went with different ones. Mostly the Mercedes. Someone is using the E350D, which is a car I think you get on the Top Gear store if I'm not mistaken. Oh boy. It's not that easy to control this tune setup, to be honest. It's kind of weird actually. It's like when you start to turn the car in, it doesn't respond immediately. But then all of a sudden, it turns really hard. So it's... yeah, it's a bit weird. What happened to the guy that was in front of me? Oh, I think he missed the checkpoint. Yeah, this tune setup has great acceleration. which is pretty good for this type of events. But at least for me personally, the handling takes a bit of getting used to. It's not something that you pick up immediately. Let's see if we can get first place, so we can get a couple extra points for the team. Oh man, holy crap, that's... Why? Man, this tune setup is really weird. I don't know about this guy in front of me, man. I kind of don't want to overtake him, because I have a weird feeling. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. And this is why I sometimes have to do multiple runs of these events when I was doing pre-recorded videos. A lot of this stuff happened, like the car bottoming out, the tune setup just not being good enough on my first attempt, stuff like that. Oh my god, that was a horror show. But at least we got the job done, so I'm not gonna bother redoing it after all. I might try to do a couple of events after we do this, just so that I can recommend a better tune setup, because I figured that this one is not necessarily good for this event. As you can see, it bottoms out very easily. But I have a feeling about that guy in front of me. I have a feeling that he was gonna try to take me. I don't know why. I usually when I play these trials, I'm always wary of other people because of all the stuff that people have tried to do with me in the past in this particular mode. So I always treat everyone with a bit of caution. Okay, this is more of a high-speed event. Let's see how much top end we actually have in this car with tune setup. Yeah, acceleration wise, this car is very, very good. But I feel it lacks a little bit on the top end. But at least compared to the AI cars, there could be some RNG aspect to this, as he has in the past. Oh crap. Oh boy. Let me reset my car position. Oh my god. I hope this get the job done, but I don't think so because my team is pretty far back. A lot of people might have made the same mistake as I did. It's unfortunate. Yeah, we got wiped by the AI team. Oh man, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to redo this thing, and I don't like it. That's the one thing about the series events that I don't like. It's the trials. Uh, crap. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm sorry about the noise. The neighbor upstairs started making some thumping noises or something like that. Oh man, I just realized that most of my team don't even have their cars upgraded. One change that I like to see for these trials is forcing people to upgrade their cars to the top of their class, or at least just one value below. Maybe, like for example, if it's A class, you absolutely need to use an 800 or 799, 798 car at the very least. I like how we took this corner. Very clean. Oh, please don't bottom out. Feel like I'm starting to get the hang of the handling of this tune setup car combination. Oh, I think this one is the what's it called? The it's like the Goliath for cross country, which I love. I love long races, man. Yeah, this car is a bit scary when it takes jumps. You never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, once you get used to the handling, as I said, it's weird at first, at least to me personally. It might not feel weird to you if you're used to cars that are not as responsive as the tune setups that I usually use. But if you're not used to sort of unresponsive cars, it might take some getting used to. But once you get the hang of it, it's a pretty solid car for this event. The only downside I feel is that the car doesn't handle jumps that well, at least for a cross-country car. This jump was fine though. Maybe it was me after all. There's that as well. Break too much. Let's see if this is enough. Oh man. I'm gonna have to redo this one. Let's see. If my team is able to make up some positions before the race is over. No. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo this thing. So I'm gonna take this chance and use a different car. Maybe the Ford. I know that I have the regular Ram wagon, the 2500. I know that that one is a solid car for A class as well. So I might want to give that one a try. Yeah, we didn't get any reward. Let's. I don't recall seeing the 2500 though. Pick up the Ram, the 2500. Oh, I thought the game had frozen. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it definitely doesn't have the launch of that other car, but at least it's a bit more responsive. Right off the bat, you can feel the difference. Oh yeah, the last long race is called the Titan. I forgot the name. Let's see how well it does off-road. It's been a while. Here's the thing: I haven't played cross-country and dirt racing playlists online. It's been it's been a fairly long time. I mean, I played maybe once or twice over the past couple months. Whenever I had to get a rank for the online adventure, just so that it counts towards my percentage of the series events. I will do one of those, and since you can back out any one of those without losing points, I usually go with whatever the game gives me. So I might occasionally play either cross country or dirt racing events, but for the quick play online adventure, I usually skip those. If I'm playing like a street race or road racing playlist, and the next one the game gives me is one of those two, I back out and try again. I just can't stand free roam rush. I can't be bothered. If by any chance Playground Games decides to remove free roam rush, and I'm not talking about removing from the game altogether, but maybe moving it over to Playground Games, which I think is a better fit for that kind of race. Then I should probably start playing those two playlists. I didn't mind those playlists in Forza Horizon 3, to be honest. Like it wasn't my favorite. I'm more of a street racing, road racing type of guy, but I didn't mind those. But once they added this free roam rush thing, I kind of dreaded playing those. I hate this mode so much. I think it's luck based. It's not skill based. I mean, you may know the routes, you may know the shortest route to the end, but in the end it comes down to luck, because some of the routes you're gonna take are very high risk, high reward. So yeah, I kind of don't like this aspect of that mode, to be honest. It's just me though. It's nothing wrong with the mode itself. It's just me that I don't particularly enjoy that part of the game. I wish they move it over to Playground Games at some point. But yeah, what I was gonna say before I went into this sort of rant is that since I haven't played this playlist regularly in a fairly long time, I don't remember exactly how this car performs. I know it's a good one, but I don't remember exactly how good of a car it is. Please, everybody upgrade your car, man. I cannot. I don't want to do this a third time. Only 2 more people with upgrade cars. Great. Why, man? Upgrade your cars before joining these events, man. You're not hurting yourself, you're hurting the entire team. Hey, Carl, how are you? Nice to have you here. Yeah, it's a much better car than that one. It's night and day the difference. Really easier to control. Brake too much there again. What? What the hell happened there? Man, the AI sometimes does some weird stuff. Oh yeah, it's definitely all about Renault. I think we're gonna unlock the Megane, if I'm not mistaken, at 50%. I tried out one of the Renaults that we unlocked, I think 2 weeks ago. I forgot the name. I can show you after these events are done. And I believe it's a pretty solid car in A class because someone was able to keep up with me, and I was using a fairly OP car for that class. So I might want to give that one a try in online lobbies later this week. I also tried the Alpine A110, I think. It's a good car in S1 class, but I'm not sure if it is competitive enough, to be honest. Oh crap. Yes, the Alpine A110. That's the one I'm talking about. It's good in S1 class, but it's not the best. I think it's able to keep up with like mid-tier cars, but once you start climbing up to the higher tier cars like the Porsche Carrera S, some of the most OP cars, it's gonna be pretty difficult for you to be competitive in that car. But the other Renault, it's not the Renault that you mentioned. It's not the... Oh man, it's a weird name actually. It's a really small car. So it kind of resembles one of those old rally cars. I almost got beaten up by it online. It's really good in A class. I think it's Renault E something. Yeah, I have to check that after I'm done with these trial events. I forgot to check the score. I don't know if my team got enough points to get us the win. I'm usually not happy about starting out in front of my team, but for this one in particular, I'm kind of happy because I know my car has the top end to pull away and stay out of the carnage. No, it's not the V6. It's actually another one. It doesn't have Clio in the name, actually. Man, why do I have such a hard time remembering this car name? Yeah, I think it doesn't have Clio in the name, or maybe I'm crazy. Oh crap. Missed a checkpoint? No. I was looking at the chat. Hang in there, I'm gonna check the messages in a second. Oh crap. Oh, I thought I was gonna miss the checkpoint. I'm glad I didn't. Okay, nice. Much better performance than my last attempt, for sure. Hello, Bobby. Welcome to the channel. No, you don't have to do anything, really. Happy New Year to you, too. Yeah, that's actually the McGinn R26R. That's the one that's... Oh, it's from the Eliminator. Okay, so I was confusing things. So yeah, this car is pretty good in A-Class. I was using, I think, the Ford GT40, the 64 model. And someone in this McGinn R26.R was able to keep up fairly close to me. And that car, that Ford GT is a really OP car in A-Class, so I want to give this Renault a try in online adventure because this might be a good thing. Let me create a party because I'm listening to someone. Bobby, I have Forza Horizon 3. I played a lot of the game, to be honest. In Forza Horizon 3, I don't quite remember how much credit I have. But in Forza Horizon 4, the one that we're playing, I have, I think, a little bit over 310 million credits. All got legit, no mods, anything. Most of these credits I got from the auction house. Like I got a bunch of really expensive duplicates that I sold through the auction house, and I would get like up to 50 million at a time, depending on how good the batch that I had to sell. Oh no, I'm not new. I've been playing Forza Horizon since the very first one. I pre-ordered the first one when it came out, and I've been playing it since. Before Forza Horizon came out, Forza Motorsport used to be my favorite game in the Forza franchise. Well, of course, that was the only game back then. But when Forza Horizon came out, that became my favorite Forza game. Yeah, a little bit over 310 million credits in Forza Horizon 4. In Forza Horizon 3, I don't remember exactly how much I have. Man, I'm always scared of this section here because of the bumps. If you go too fast, you're gonna end up on top of one and bottoming out right as you come out of it. If you go too slow, well, you're too slow. Oh crap! Oh boy, again. But that's fine as long as my teammate in front of me overtakes the AI. That's good for the team. Oh crap, I'm gonna hit the wall. Yeah. As you can tell, cross-country racing is not my strong suit. That's not where I'm the best at. Well, the best of my ability, at least. Oh yeah, there are some pretty cool cars in Forza Horizon 4 that I don't remember seeing in any of the later entries in the franchise. Like, I mean, if I'm honest, if I'm being 100% honest, I'm not a big car guy when it comes to racing games, and I know that it sounds a bit weird. I care about, more about tracks. That's what I'm more about. Like, for example, in Gran Turismo Sport, I get a lot more excited about new tracks rather than the cars themselves. And I guess it's the same in Forza Horizon. But There are a couple of cars that I'm actually into that I kind of wish to see in every racing game that I play. To be honest, I don't think there's a way for me to give out money, man. And even if there was, it's pretty easy to get money in this game. If you play the game maybe, I don't know, for 10, 15 hours at least, you should get at least a bunch of duplicates that you can sell in the auction house. There's the wheel spins that are very easily to get money. There are a lot of ways. Money is not something that's really hard to get in Forza Horizon games. Other games, yes. Forza Horizon, at least, no. I mean, if you have a very expensive car that you want to sell, let me know and I can buy it at full price just so you can get a head start. But there is no way, the game doesn't allow me to give money to other people. I don't have anything else to spend my money on, which is why I'm accumulating a lot of money. I have all the cars in the game. And that includes all the cars that were only available as prizes for the series events. I think the only one that I didn't get through a series event was the Rostion Q1, because I think that one was tied to a Playground Games event, and I don't play those. But I got it from the auction house, so I'm good. And this... Okay, I was about to say that I was having a hard time overtaking this Mercedes, but we're good now. Oh, no, no, nope. Yeah, I think my team is doing better than my last one. I don't want to do this again. Okay, last set of corners, and braked a bit too much here. Yes, we did it. Bobby, if you don't have expensive cars, what can I suggest? I mean, they were giving out. It's too late now, but through December they were giving out a bunch of fairly expensive cars for free via the Forzathon shop. I got a bunch of duplicates that I sold from from this sort of promotion that they were running. If you Yeah, my best advice would be to play the season events to get the cars. Hopefully, get some duplicates that you can sell off in the auction house, and just play the game because that's the easiest way to get money. The SSC, I don't remember. The Ultimate Arrow, yes, I do. What car is the SSC? I don't remember which car this is. I remember that in Forza Horizon 1 there was a Lamborghini that I used to race a lot. I think they added in Forza Horizon 4, but it wasn't available at launch at least. I think it's the SV or something like that. Not good at remembering car names, as you can tell by my Renault thing. I even forgot to check whether we got the rewards. Oh yeah, we did, finally. We can finally move on to the other, more fun stuff. Okay, so let's check the weekly Forzathon challenge. So we need to have the Austin Healy Sprite MK1. Then we have to get 5 drafting skills, 10 mile drive, and 6 stars. Yeah, these are pretty... this is a pretty straightforward... Oh, okay, so SSC is the brand. Okay, got it. Do you remember from Forza Horizon 1, do you remember the 1,000 Mile Club? Man, I love this feature in that game. I really wish they brought it back in Forza Horizon 4 and added, like, every update that they released, they would add a couple of 1,000 Mile Club cars for you to get extra stuff to do. I love this feature, man. To this day, there are a bunch of cars that I still have not completed. I might as well go back to those. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the Forzathon Weekly Challenge last because it's pretty straightforward. Let's see what eligible cars we have. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I thought I had opened the map. I mean, to this, it's sort of a tradition for me to complete everything in racing games that I played the most. But Forza Horizon 1, I'm still missing a bunch of 1,000 Mile Club challenges. Forza Horizon 2, I still have to complete all 167 championships, which is a lot. No, I don't remember, man. The Gumper Apollo. I remember the name, but I don't remember driving it in Forza Horizon 1. If I'm not mistaken, the Gumper Apollo is available in Drive Club. I remember that this car more in that game than in Forza Horizon. Okay, let's try to go with this Ford Focus. Okay, I'm gonna do this race. After I'm done with it, I'm gonna search for your username and buy your cars. I have no idea what tune setup I'm using in this car. I know that I had it, but... it's a pretty solid, but it's not a particularly quick car. At least not with this tune setup. Oh crap. The AI brakes at some really weird spots. Sure, I can take the Renault Championship next. After I'm done with this, I think I'm gonna do my usual test run of the new car around the Colossus. That's usually the track that I go with to test out new cars, because I have a pretty solid idea of what type of times I can get in that track in most classes. Yeah, dirt racing off-road in this car is definitely a strong suit. Kinda dies out on the asphalt, but... Please don't mess me up. It wasn't that bad. I thought I was gonna have more trouble doing this event in this car, but it's not that difficult. Let me go to the auction house. And what's feline tag 666583? I'm not sure if the game allows me to look cars in the auction house by the seller, but if it doesn't, it might be easier to tell me what cars you put up, so I can. Yes, the game doesn't allow me to look for. Really? I thought it was a production car. I had no idea. Bobby, when you get a chance, let me know what are the cars that you put up so I can look it up from the search. It doesn't allow me to search by seller, unfortunately. And depending on what time you set for your auction, it might be way at the bottom of the list, so it's gonna take a while to scroll all the way down. I'm gonna do the next one. Meantime, if you click X while you are in the search, you can really. Okay, so let me go to the auction house. Oh, okay, yeah, it does. Thanks. I didn't know that. So I don't know why I was gonna type on the keyboard. I'm on the Xbox. Beeline. Oh. Tag 666 583. Okay, so these are 3 cars. Okay. Okay, done. Got all 3. Hope it helps. I'm gonna do the next one. I think these are 3 events. Let me check. Some of these in the past have been 5 in total, but yeah, these are 3. Okay. And I like the look of the Clio RS16. I don't know, man. I have a thing for these cars that are more towards hot hatches. I like kind of curved lines, you know. Well, I think we all do actually in cars. But I don't know, man. Something about hot hatches I really like. One of my, well, I actually have 3 dream cars. One that's not that far out of reach, and the other 2 are completely out of my reach. But the one that's not so out of reach, it's the Mercedes A45 AMG. That's my most realistic car, and it's actually a dream car of mine. The other two are the Nissan GTR, and back when I used to live in Japan, I used to see GTRs all the time, and I used to live on the countryside. In Tokyo, you see a lot more often, but even despite living in the countryside, I used to see GTRs all the time, and man, every time that I saw one, it was really a sight, you know. And the other car that I would love to own, but it's way out of my price range, is the Mercedes AMG GTR. I love that car. The first time that I saw that car was when I was attending the Tokyo Motor Show. I attended that event twice. Second time around, I saw that car on display, and I love the look of the car, man. Especially the interior. Mercedes interiors are really good, man. But yeah, the GTR would be my first option as far as dream cars go. And it's cheaper than the Mercedes. At least in Japan. Here in Brazil, man, I cannot use Brazilian prices as a baseline for anything really, because an Audi R8 that in the US costs maybe 90 to $100,000 if I'm not mistaken. Here in Brazil, it costs nearly a million Brazilian reais. If you convert that back to US dollars, that's nearly $300,000. It's ridiculous. Nissan GTR, the cheapest that I've ever seen here, was for $500,000, which again, if you convert to US dollars, is around $150,000, $170,000. It's a lot of money. So if I were to buy these cars, I would probably buy them in Japan. I don't want to be ripped off. Oh yeah, it doesn't surprise me that you see these cars in Singapore. I've seen quite a lot of really good sports cars from pictures from other people's pictures. Into Singapore, and there are a ton of good cars there. Here in Brazil, you don't see a lot of them. Like, you may see occasionally, you may see a Porsche, sometimes an Audi, but Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and cars like that. Nissan GTR, I think I've only seen it once, and I was born here. But yeah, I mean, in Japan you see them all the time, and I believe Singapore is the same. Yeah, I'm redoing this event again because I didn't place first, and that's actually a personal goal of mine, except for the trial. The trial I couldn't care less, but if I don't get first place this time around, I'm gonna give it one last try with a different car. Maybe this Mitsubishi that's right behind me. And if I don't get first place, I'm gonna move on because I don't wanna spend too much time doing the same thing on the live stream. Bye, Carl. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this card is definitely... It's good, but it doesn't have the top end to compete. At least at unbeatable difficulty. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Mitsubishi next. E-Class, okay. Yeah, I forgot to hit restart. That's okay. Not gonna redo the entire thing just for the sake of this one race, but I'm gonna change cars. Um, Let me see. I think it was the MR 2006 model that finished in first place. Let me see. Oh man, I really didn't want to change the tune setup because I often forget that I change. Well, let's do it. I'll try to remember later. B class. Papi Chulo Angels. Well, his tune setup for the Oppo Manta 400 for my last live stream was really solid, so I'm gonna give this one a try. I feel like his strong suit for I think that his best tunes are off-road tunes. At least judging from past cars that I've tried his tunes on. Okay. Man, it's really hot in here. Excuse me. I don't usually wear shirts to play game, but I figure I'm not gonna show up on a live stream shirtless. Yeah, it's a bit better than the Ford Focus, but I'm not entirely sure if it has the top end to keep up with the other cars. Oh crap. Yeah, I think that Ford Focus would be a good car for this track actually. Better than this Mercedes actually. I don't know why I said actually twice, but but yeah, the tune setup's pretty solid. Can't complain about that. Oh, I missed the checkpoint. Oh crap. That's gonna cost me a lot. Yeah, might as well restart the race. That's the thing. You want to take the shortest line towards the around the corners, and sometimes you risk too much by doing it. I'm gonna try to concentrate a bit better, so I'm not gonna be talking a lot over this race because I definitely don't want to redo it again. I don't like when I do stuff like that. Even with the AI, I don't like when I push them. Feels dirty to me. But sometimes you just can't help it. Kind of overshot this one. Okay, we're about to... yeah, third lap. That's the last one. Let's hope I don't miss another checkpoint. Just one more corner to go. Okay. Oh, nice. I mean, if you want to sell it and make a couple extra bucks, let me know. I'm not sure whether the game is gonna allow you to sell for this card for this amount though, because this Aston Martin Vulcan's pretty easy to come by. I got like tons of duplicates of that. But if it allows you to sell for higher than the value of the car, and you want to sell, let me know, and I'm gonna buy. I can buy it from you. I mean, I don't have anything else to spend my money on really. I have all the cars, so and all of the future ones are mostly gonna be. We're gonna mostly get them from the season events anyway. So I have money to burn in Forza Horizon. I wish that were true in real life though. It's far from the truth. But yeah, some of the houses that you buy, you actually get a ton of good stuff. Like, I mean, some of the houses that you buy, I think you get like 5 or 10 super wheel spins, which is a pretty good way to earn easy money. Okay. Yeah, I believe that this Lotus Elise is a card that's already in the game, so I'm not gonna bother checking it out. My biggest interest is the Megane RS 18. I think that's a new car in the game. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing with some of the highest price cars. Like for example, there are some of the real classic cars from the 20s. I think they go for 10 million. That's the buyout price that you can get from the auto show. But if there are a lot of people selling the exact same cars in the auction house and not a lot of people are buying them, the value kind of decreases. So the maximum amount that you're able to sell the car drops drastically. But if it's a car that a lot of people are looking to buy, there are a lot of people buying from the auction house, then you're going to be able to sell it for ridiculous price. I think that the most expensive car that I was able to sell in the auction house went for, I think, 20 million credits. But yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the most recent changes that they made to the game. Before, they usually had a set price, so regardless of demand, you would be able to set up to that certain amount. But these days, it depends on market demand within the game. I think it's a positive change though, because some cars that you do not expect to sell for a lot of money. Like I remember selling a Ford Crown Victoria, which was one of the cars that you get in the series events. I sold, I think one or two of those. One I got from the auction house and I flipped, and then the other one I got as a duplicate. And one of those I sold for, I think, 4 million credits. And it's a car I do not expect to go for that much. But since there were a lot of people looking to buy that car, you could set the price really high. So don't just look when you're trying to sell cars in the auction house. Don't just look at the hypercars, supercars. If you have duplicates of the cars that you don't think are worth a lot, even if the price that you can get them from the auto show shows like maybe 55,000 credits, you don't think, well, that's not gonna be worth a lot in the auction house. Try to sell it and see how much the game allows you to set the price to, because you might get a few surprises here and there. Yeah, there's a Subaru, I think the STI, that I had 4 of those. And I was able to sell 2 of them for 2.5 million credits each, and that's not a car you expect to go for that much. Yeah, I figure if I had taken the proper line here, I could have taken this one flat out. For the last race that I did on the Mitsubishi, that's a far best option than the Ford Focus RS. And the tune setups you saw which one is from. It's from Papi Chulo Angels. So give that one a try, and it's gonna be pretty easy for you to get the event. For this one, I have no idea what tune setup I'm using, but I'm gonna check that out once I'm done with the races. What car was it? Which one you're talking about? The one from the race or the one I was talking about, the auction house? It was the Subaru STI, if I'm not mistaken. I can check that out after I finish this race. But again, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna be able to sell that car for the same price because it was like one of those right place at the right time thing. It just happened that the time that when I sold the cars, it was a really sought after car. And I believe that it's one of those cars that you're only able to get via wheel spin, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. But certain cars in the game you're only able to get via wheel spin, so you're not gonna be able to buy them from the auto show. And that makes them more desirable, and that's when you have a pretty good chance of being able to set the car price upwards of millions. Let me check the car for you. Yeah, it was this one. The Subaru Impreza WRX STI, the 2004 model. I still have two of those actually. I didn't realize that. No, no, this is actually the 2005. But yeah, it was the 2004 model that you could sell for 2.5 million credits a while ago. And as you can see, the car doesn't cost a lot. It's worth 28,000 credits. So to be able to sell that for 2.5 million is a lot of money. So if you ever get duplicates of that, don't sell them immediately. Hold on to them because they might go up in value if there is demand for that. I think I'm gonna suffer a little bit in this track. There's not a lot of snow here. Man, I love how this car has a pretty good launch. This is one of the most OP cars in Forza Motorsport 7 as well. Especially for straight line tracks like one of the layouts in Monza. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I nearly messed up. Oh yeah, no, I know what happened. I went over the curb, I think. Oh man, I feel so dirty doing this. It wasn't intentional, but still. Would I actually expected this other car to be faster than mine on a straight line. Yeah, I thought I was gonna have a hard time beating this one, but I'm glad I didn't. Another thing that I used to do back when I was still looking to get money to buy the remaining cars that I was missing, I used to do a lot of these. I used to come here to the Forzathon challenge, to the Forzathon store actually, and buy duplicates using the Forzathon points. And then I would sell these duplicates on the auction house, like this one, this 2019 Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. It's free right now, so I'm gonna get it. I already have it, but then I can flip it on the auction house. I figure that since this car is free, there's not gonna be a lot of people willing to buy it. Maybe just people that are not aware that this car is going for free. But that's still some free money that you're getting there. That's what I used to do. There was a week that they sold the Bugatti, one of the classic ones from the 20s era. It's a car that sells for 20 million in the auto show. Sorry, I think 10 million in the auto show. And I was able to sell it for over 10 million credits on the auction house back in the day. These days, I don't know how much you'd be able to sell it for. But again, that's a pretty easy way to make money.
Forzathon Live will begin soon. Good luck.
Oh man, it's been a while since I've done one of these Forzathon lives. Back when the game launched, I used to do these a lot, like a lot. These days, not so much though. Yeah, I need to be careful over here because I cannot go over the curb too much. Otherwise, it's gonna unsettle the car. Yeah, like I just said that. You definitely can take the curb here. Okay, I'm gonna check your cars in a bit. Let me just finish this race. Yeah, I think it's gonna be difficult to make up the positions now that I messed up. I mean, I don't need to get first place, to be honest. It's more like a personal goal. Just to make things a bit more fun, but... if I make up to third, I'm happy. Oh crap, I thought it was gonna turn to the right. Sorry, turn to the left, that's why I tried to take a right. If you're talking about the Porsche Spider, yes. Spiders in real life, no. Oh man, we're so close to first place. Can we really get it? Yeah, I think so. I think I can make up a lot of ground over this sort of twisty section that's coming up next. Right here. Yeah. Me too. Okay, one more done, and we're gonna get one of the brand new cars in the game at least. Oh man, this car looks so good. I think that's the car that Carl was talking about. That's the car that never went into production, unfortunately, because it looks really good. I mean, I saw the Megane, the RS, sorry, the RS, no, the Megane, the hot hatch Megane, in Japan a couple of times. And man, every time that I saw that car, I loved it. I love how bulky it looks, the back end of the car.
Round one, started!
Let me check the auction house. What would you do, or what would I do if I was... No, what would you do if I was a famous celebrity? If you're talking about me, I had no idea, man. I mean, I'm a very reserved person when it comes to social life. Like, I don't hang out a lot. I don't have a lot. I mean, I don't have a big social circle. So the thought of being a famous celebrity, I mean, it's kind of cool to get recognition, you know, people appreciating what you do, but there's also a downside to that as well. I don't think it's something that would be easy to deal with. Okay, got all three cars. I think we only have one more championship left to do, and then we have the Forzathon Weekly Challenge, and then the PR stunts. Yeah. I kind of wish. I remember the back in Forza Motorsport 2, 3, and I believe 4. You were able to gift cars to other people online. But they since removed this feature. I don't know if you could do that in Forza Horizon 1 or 2,
You
though.
ready to take on this winter championship? What am I saying? Of course you
Yeah,
are.
I really don't remember, but it would be cool if they allowed you to do that these days. Ah, man. So this is. Yeah, that's what I said. Even though your car is worth 1.7 million credits, if there is not enough people willing to buy it, then the amount that you're gonna be able to sell it for in the auction house is not gonna be the same. So it depends on demand. That's why when you get duplicates that do not go for a lot in the auction house, it might be worth it holding on to them, waiting for a couple weeks and trying to sell them again just to see for how much you're able to set the price to, because sometimes you're gonna be surprised. Like I said with the Subaru, that's a 28,000 credits car, but I was able to sell two of them for 2.5 million for some reason. Demand might have been high during the time that I put it up for sale. Oh, I think I screwed myself over here because there is no. Yeah, let me back out of this race and just pick a car that's tuned for snow. I think the Bentley is actually a good one, and I forgot to show the tune setup that I used for the Renault on the last championship. So let me go ahead and do that. I think this tune is by CQR Takumi, which is the exact tune setup that I use in Forza Motorsport 7. So, no, it's not CQR Takumi. It's I don't know how to call it in English. Those two things, both in front and at the end of his name, but that's his name. If you want to use the same tune setup, there you go. Okay, let me try to find a good tune setup um for Snow. That's what I need to look. Just let me double check the class for this event because I forgot. Okay, so it's A class. Okay, good. Um, I think this one might be a good try. So this looks like, yeah, it's this tune setup was made today. But let's go with this one. Easy season 1. So in case this tune setup is good, there's the tuner for you to download. OZ Willing Mel. Okay. Holy crap, look at the size of this wing. Okay, might as well drive. Oh, it's one of those tune setups with low brake balance. I don't like those particularly. I like higher brake balance than low, because I'm kind of used to controlling both the throttle and the brake by feathering it, not by actually pushing it all the way down. But I actually have a bunch of low brake balance cars in my garage, so that's not a big issue per se. And this livery was made by my wife. I have tons of those in my store, so if you like cartoony stuff, go check it out. I have a bunch of SpongeBob SquarePants, Powerpuff Girls, Adventure Time, We Bear Bears, stuff like that. All made by my wife. Really solid tune setup, really stable in the snow, doesn't slide a lot, just a tiny bit. Nothing major though. Oh, overshot. I don't usually use Bentley online a whole lot, but I see a lot of other people using it. Oh, this is a 5-lap race. I actually like it. I think most of the races in this game should actually be 5 laps. I don't think 3 is enough. It's gonna be one of those events where I'm pretty much racing by myself. Oh crap. That's not how to take the score. Definitely not. I wonder if this championship is actually 5 races. Usually, when they do these events that are more laps than usual, they are also more events. So I have 1, 2. We just did 1, so 3. Yeah, that's a 3 event championship. Oh crap. Oh, it's another 5 lap race. I hadn't noticed it, but I love it. Oh crap again. Hi Turtles for Eternity. Yeah, I'm playing on the Xbox One X. I usually play on the PC, but since I only have one monitor, it's kind of tricky for me to stream from the PC. But I have another monitor coming, I think next week, that I ordered before Christmas. So when it arrives, I'm gonna start streaming from the PC. It's just more convenient for me. I'm messing up this race a lot. So if you're using this car and you're driving manual, I think the perfect spot in the shifting for this Bentley is 4th gear around the corners. Except for this one, of course. Oh crap again. Okay, done. Turtles for Eternity, for these guys, I think I prefer to do it alone because I can keep things moving. But as I said in my last live stream, if there's enough people, I might do some sort of open lobbies one of these days. So I might try to organize something like that with the viewers. I think it's best in this case because this way everybody's there for the same purpose, for racing together. I think we only have one more event in this championship and then we're done. Yeah. With the championship. Then I'm gonna do the PR stunts. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the weekly Forzathon because it's pretty straightforward. There's not much to it. It's not like last week that one of the requirements was threading the needle, and not a whole lot of people know what to do, how to do the threading the needle skill. This one is pretty straightforward. I like how this car, this cartoon setup combo is good for the snow, but also on the asphalt as well. Kind of messed up there, but nothing. It wasn't the tune, it was me. Oh crap. Messed up. Okay, so that was by far the easiest one. I mean, we had trouble with the other events because the cars that I picked up weren't that good. But once you pick up a car that's as good as this Bentley for this event, I don't have much of a challenge, even though I'm playing at Unbeatable. That's part of the reason why I play at Unbeatable, because if I'm beating the AI at this difficulty by such a wide margin, you can only imagine how much wider it would become if I lower the difficulty. Which is kind of weird because the Lego expansion, the Lego Speed Champions expansion pack, the AI on that one at Unbeatable is really difficult. Like, there are a couple of tracks that, man, it's really hard to come out in first place. But as far as the base game goes, the AI is not that good. I don't know why there's a difference though. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, with this new system where they base the prices off the demand, it's kind of difficult for me to tell you exactly what cars sell for a lot. Like, I mean, before this new system was implemented, it was pretty easy to tell. You knew exactly what cars would sell for how much. But these days it's not that easy. But your best bet for expensive cars would be the Forza edition cars. Like, for example, this one I just got for free. If you head up to the Forzathon store, that's it. Oh, I got the 50% card. Hold on a second. Okay, so if you come up here to Forzathon and go to Forzathon store, there's this Aston Martin going for free, so you can pick that up. You can only pick one, I think. Yeah, you can only pick one. So if you pick that one up and you already have one because you completed one of the past season events, this one was a reward for one of the past season events. That's why I have two of those, one for the reward and one that I just got. I would assume that selling this one in the auction house would sell maybe for over $1 million at the very least. I would believe so. But your best bet for making easy money would be to sell Forza Edition cars. It would be better to sell, of course, duplicates, not cars that you only have one of. Because otherwise you get in the cycle. Like, you sell cars, then you want the cars, you're gonna buy the cars again, and every time you do so, you kind of lose a bit of money. So that's not worth it. Well, let me check just how much this Aston Martin that I just got for free from the Forzathon shop goes for at the auction house. Yeah, as you can see, I can sell it for 16 million credits. That's a lot. So if you want to pick that up, I mean, you're probably not going to be able to sell it for 16 million. Because here's the thing. Here's one trick to sell cars at the auction house fairly easily. If you don't mind compromising a bit of the money. If you set to the max buyout price and you set the starting price pretty close to the full buyout price, you're not going to be able to sell it. That's going to be pretty difficult. Not a lot of people are going to want to buy this car unless they really want the car. What I usually do is set the max buyout price and then set a much lower starting price, because that entices people to start bidding for the car, and then the price goes up every time someone's bids on it. So for this one, I'm gonna sell for a quarter of the price. So 4 million starting price, 16 million buyout price. What car do you have? What is the lowest and how do I get it? I don't get your last question, but as I said, if you get this car for free from the auction house, that's some free money that you're able to get fairly easily from the game. I don't think I have any other duplicates that I would be willing to sell. There are some cars that I want to keep duplicates of because there are cars that are running two different classes. That's the Pagani Zonda. It's one of the Paganis. I have two of them. One I run in A class, the other one I run in S1 class. So that's two different classes. That's why I keep some duplicates. But when when I have duplicates that I know that I'm not going to be running two different classes at the same time, I just go ahead and sell them. Yeah. Okay, so that's all the championships done. So let's move on to the last part, which are the PR stunts. I'm not gonna do the weekly Forzathon challenges because it's straightforward. There's not much to it. There's not much to show, actually. Okay. So if you're talking about the Aston Martin Superleggera, you pause the game, come here to Festival Playlist, then you come here to Weekly Forzathon Challenge, then Forzathon Shop. Then you're gonna be able to pick the car for free, and if you put it up on the auction house, the max buyout price is 16 million credits. 16 million credits. And the minimum price that you can set it to is 138,000 credits. I don't recommend you do that because, I mean, there's a good chance that you're gonna sell the car for way less than you're supposed to. But if you set the starting price at maybe 1 to 4 million credits, I think you should be fine. I think you should get enough people bidding on your car, and it should be able to get a decent money out of it. Okay, so we have... Okay, so we don't have any drift zones to do, which means we need to get 346 kilometers per hour. I'm gonna go with the car that I usually go with. Let's start here. Is it locked for you? You mean it's showing up as locked in the Forzathon shop? I don't think that's supposed to do that. I think it's supposed to be free for everyone, regardless of your level. Well, if it's showing up to you as locked, you might want to tweet out to Playground Games or submit a ticket for the support and report, because I don't know, man. I might be wrong, but I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. Okay, so let me get the car that I usually use for this PR stunt events. The tune setup is by Don Joon Song. It's always the same tune, but just in case, I'm gonna show you to you, just in case you don't know the spelling for his name. Is your game updated? Because usually when the festival playlist is locked, that means either your game is not up to date, which can happen. You can play the game out of date, but you're not gonna be able to do certain stuff like festival playlists, or your game hasn't refreshed. If that's the case, first check if there are any updates for your game. And if your game is up to date, try closing the game and reopening it and see if the festival playlist is unlocked, because that's supposed to be unlocked. Okay, so the tune setup that I'm using for the Koenigsegg Agera RS is by Don Joon Song. That's the same tune setup that I've been running since the game came out, actually. Yeah. Yeah, guys, if your game is up to date and you restarted it, like close the game and reopened it, and the festival playlist is still locked, your best option would be to contact the developers. Maybe tweet them at Playground Games, Forza support, or submit a ticket. That's the best way to go about it, because there's not much I can do to help. I mean, it's not supposed to be locked. That's why I find it weird. If the festival playlist is locked, you might want to try this one. You might want to pause the game, then press RB to go to Horizon Live, then you come here to Forzathon, and then Forzathon shop. Not sure if that's gonna work for you because the festival playlist is locked and this is tied to the festival playlist, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but might be worth giving it a try. Okay, let's do this.
In 400 meters, turn left.
What the hell?
In 200 meters, turn left.
Oh, I see.
Turn
That's
around.
gonna be easier than I thought.
You have arrived at your destination.
No, I'm. Oh, I did. Well, I thought I was supposed to get 346. Got 343. Well, good for us. Let's move on to the next one. Um, so this one is off-road. I might as well start from here. If this car doesn't work out, I'm gonna try another one. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, I think I started this one out from the wrong side.
Destination.
Let me see if this one, if this side does the trick.
Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Yeah, I think I might be better off with a different car. Let me see if I have. Let me see what S2 class car I have for this. Oh, actually, I have a pretty good one. I mean, if you have the Aston Martin that can be sold for 60 million, put it up and I can pick it, can buy it from you as soon as I'm done with this. But that's gonna be the last one because I don't want the live stream turning into. I don't want to be anyone's sugar daddy. Let me see if I can do this one in this car.
You have arrived at your
Did I
destination.
do it? Again, I can't. There's no way for me to give the cars. The game doesn't allow me to give the cars. Just type on Google Forza support and you should be able to find a website where you can submit a ticket where the developers are going to take a look at your issue and see what's going on and why it's locked. I don't know there might be a number of reasons for that. You might be not connected to Xbox Live right now. Your Xbox Live Gold subscription might not be active. I don't know. I have no idea. All I can do is just speculate the issue. Um. Oh, I can because I have already put it for sale at the auction house. I did on the live stream actually. Okay, so this one I don't remember. Oh yeah, I know. I actually do remember which danger sign that is.
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right.
Yes, if you need to unlock it, that means you need to play the game a bit more. I don't know how that works. Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be unlocked for everybody because it's a free gift that the developers have been giving out once each day through the entire month of December. But since it's not unlocked for you, I don't know. Oh, crap. I'm gonna miss it.
You have arrived at your destination.
That was a really crappy jump. Let me turn on the rewind because I usually have it off. $442 feet. That sounds like a lot. How much is that in meters? Because I don't know. I don't have an idea of how much it is in meters. Okay.
Turn around when it is safe to do so. In 400 meters, turn right.
Did I do it? Oh no. Way off. And I forgot to press rewind.
In 200 meters, turn right.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Koenigsegg Regera for this one. Let me back a bit. Okay, 165 meters. Thanks.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Let me see if I can get it.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh man, that's not enough. Let me see if taking more distance I'm actually on the wrong
Turn
side.
around when it is safe to do so. In 400 meters, turn right.
Crap.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh man, that's awful. Yeah, and I'm a bit of a hurry right now because I have to start working soon. I know that this car is not the perfect for this. There might be best cars than the Koenigsegg Regera, but the thing is, I don't know what they are.
Turn right.
With the PR stunts, the sky is the limit. You can use pretty much any car and get with the proper tune setup. You can get the objectives done.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna give you any more money, man. Just play the game. Let me see if I have any other car. I remember that I had a pretty good Lamborghini Urus for these type of events. I wonder if I still have it in the in S2 class. No, I don't. Okay, so let me. I think I still have the tune set up if I didn't delete it. Yeah, that's the one. Um, it's gonna be difficult. Well, let's try this one anyways. Uh, Race that you can get a lot of money. Well, there are actually a lot of races that are meant for that. If you go on the blueprint events, there are a lot of people that exploit the game, but then again, I don't recommend doing it because it's punishable. If the developers catch you on the act, like they see that you use your account to exploit the game for money, there's no guarantee of what could happen to your account. So if you decide to do it, do it at your own risk. There are a couple of races. I'm not going to suggest any. There are plenty that are easy to find on these events, but again, I don't recommend doing it. As I said earlier in the live stream, this game is pretty easy to get money. I mean, if you're hoping to make 15 million credits overnight, of course that's not gonna happen because that's not how any game works. But if you play for a couple days, like maybe a week, and do the season events, and I know that the season events from the festival playlists are locked for you, but if you do the season events, if you get a lot of wheel spins, which is pretty easy to do, I mean, it's not that hard to make money in this game, really. Holy crap. 42 meters. It's a lot to jump. Let me just go even further. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Otherwise, I have no idea. The eliminator gives credit based on your finishing position. The higher you end, the higher position you end up with,
Safe to do so.
the more money you get. But then again, you're not gonna be able to get 15 million overnight in this game. Not in a legit way, anyways. Let me check the leaderboard for this thing because this. And I'm the one who has the. Well, at least from out of my friends, I'm the one that has the biggest distance jumped. And it wasn't the Koenigsegg, so. What should I do? Well, I'm gonna try a couple more times. Again, I can't really keep doing it for an hour more because I need to work. Let's see if I can get the distance within the next 2 or 3 jumps. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it a day. I've done most of what the season event has to offer, and I've unlocked all of the cars that I wanted. So that's the key point, at least for me personally. And you guys also have a pretty good tune setups to use in case you're at a loss for what to go with. Yeah, I kind of overcorrected there. Just a tiny tap and the cars go sideways really quick. Again. Oh no, man. Really? 12 meters. Holy crap, this is difficult, man. I do remember that there were a bunch of these. Usually, these danger signs are the hardest ones out of the PR stunts from the season events. There were a couple ones. One that you have to go through a concrete tunnel. That's one of the most difficult ones that I've ever done, both in the season events and also on the game itself. It's so hard to get that one right.
Safe to do so.
Okay. Oh crap. It's gonna be my last attempt. Oh my god. I need to back really. A lot.
In 400 meters, turn right.
How the hell did that count? Go in your lightest car. Yeah, but the problem with going the lightest car, at least in this section, is that all the bumps are gonna destabilize, unsettle your car. But let me give that one a try. I remember someone once recommended me the Jeep. I think it was this one. Yeah, let's see if I can get with the light one of the lightest cars that I have, at least in this class. I just don't want to go too light because otherwise I'm gonna be all over the place. I wonder if yeah, let's go with this one. We need speed and stability over this section in order to take the jump properly, because if you jump too much before you reach the jump, you lose a lot of speed. So that's, I think, the main issue with the Koenigsegg Agera, despite the fact that my biggest distance was done in that car. But I think it's pretty safe to assume that it was not done in winter. That's, I think, the key word: winter.
In 100 meters, turn left.
Oh crap, I'm way off. Let me... Yeah, that's gonna be my last attempt, guys. If I don't get it,
100 meters, turn
I'm just gonna call it a day. I really need to work. And if I find out which car, I will eventually find the car that and tune setup that you need to use to do this event with fairly ease. I just need a bit more time. But when I find it, I'm gonna post it on Twitter. Yeah, that's all wrong. I'm a comic book colorist. I did a video on that yesterday. Well, the video title is, I think, changes and plans for 2020, where I talk a little bit about the work that I've done. But pretty much I've colored one of the latest works that I've done is Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons. I've already colored Powerpuff Girls, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman animated series, all this stuff. So if you want to go more in depth in what I do, you might want to check the video that I uploaded yesterday to the channel.
in 400 meters, turn right.
Oh man, that's not enough. I really need a bit more time to research what cars we can do this in. But yeah, I'm gonna have to call it a day. I really need to get started on work. But thank you guys for tuning in on the live stream. I really appreciate it. There might be another live stream on Saturday. I cannot guarantee. Depends on my schedule. But I'll let you know on Twitter, so you might want to give me a follow there. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for chatting up with me on the chat. Really appreciate that. If you're unsubscribed, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. It really does help the channel a lot. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye.